Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa. You know, the beauty of doing radio and television is I get to talk to a guest a couple of times. And my next guest, I just spoke to him on radio. They just have an absolutely amazing space. If you're one of those people that say, you know, I'd like to try camping, but I'm not really sure I want to buy all my own equipment and get out there and set everything up, my next guest has the perfect camping venue for you. I am joined by Aaron Markle. He is the co-owner of Hammond Hill Eco Resort. Welcome. Great to have you.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you in person.
Yeah, same here, Aaron. And we had such a great conversation on City News. And I want to start off talking about the inspiration behind this, because you found a beautiful, is it what, like 60 acres?
Exactly, 62 acres exactly.
Yeah. Tell me about that and how you acquired that first.
So we looked at this property, and it's a really long, beautiful rectangle full of tons of trees, lots of nature, lots of sand, which is amazing for our beaches and lakes. And we tried to figure out what to do with it that would kind of make sense and be something that our kids could be proud of and people can go back and be in nature. So we looked at a couple different options, and we realized, let's do an eco camping experience, right? Because it ties into everything that's important today. We look at the weather that's happening outside, and eco really matters. And when we built it, we wanted to have a bunch of different accommodations. So we have Mongolian yurts, we have campsites, as you referenced. We're Canada's first tiny home village, so we have 19 tiny homes. We put in 3 lakes, 2 ponds, volleyball, the whole kit and caboodle, right?
Wow.
So we really wanted to build something that not only adults would love to go to, but kids would go to, families would come back to after COVID. So the inspiration was to just be amazing. And that's really what we look to do.
What about your passion for nature, Aaron? Like, did you grow up, you know, going on hikes with the family? Like, where did that passion for nature come from?
Yeah, so I grew up overseas. My dad was foreign service, so I've kind of lived all over the world. So I've been in a lot of nature.
Right.
And I just thought that it's just, we have all these amazing trees, and why don't we highlight them? And we have nature walks, and we have amazing artists that have drawn these great drawings all through our walks that are teaching moments, and they're inspirational, and they're beautiful. So really, going back to that, COVID, we built this during COVID, and it shut us all down, and it separated us all.
Right.
So we wanted to build something where people could come back together and be in nature and really be inspired to be happy again, and really get back from the blahs of, you know, 2+ years of just terrible times.
Right. So you mentioned, so there is tenting. You've got yurts. So okay, for people that do not know what a yurt is, I happen to know myself, but a really cool space, right?
Amazing. So our yurts are direct from Mongolia. They're made by one family that do everything. They're all custom painted, custom built. They're a seasonal, year-round opportunity. They're 20 foot in diameter. We have 2 queen-size beds, a little dresser. They are phenomenal. You actually have to see them to believe
I know,
them.
we're just looking at one now. I mean, just the doorway itself, right? It's so welcoming, and when you get in there, if you've never been in one before, the atmosphere, it's just an environment that, you know, so many people have. And then you've got something else that really caught my eye on the website. We talked about this on City News, are jupes.
Yes.
What is a jupe?
So we're the first campsite outside of the U.S. to have them. A bunch of really smart people from SpaceX and Tesla got together and said, how do we make glamping a really beautiful thing? Okay. So the ceilings are 10 foot high. They have solar panels. They light up at night. They're spectacular at night. The beds are comfortable. It's like an inverted IKEA furniture set. So there's all sorts of storage in the ground, which you never really see.
Really?
Yeah, and they just make for a really unique experience, because I can tell you, if you haven't been down to Houston or the US, you've never stayed in one in Canada unless you've been to our park. So
very cool.
I think that part's really neat, and we built them all around our lake. So when you wake up in the morning, you have your coffee and you're staring out at, like, we have some loons that live on our little lake. So it's an amazing experience.
Yeah, there's one there we're looking at. And then, of course, you have amenities, right? I see, you know, you've got, you know, picnic table and the chairs, the Muskoka chairs, fire pits, I imagine, are part 100%. Of this experience too. What other amenities are available on the property?
So we're licensed. I happen to own a brewery as well. So Broken Stick Brewery is sold there. And so we're a licensed campground, which is very uncommon. So we have an adult playground, which is our beer garden.
Right.
We obviously have children playgrounds. We do the beach volleyball. We have the nature walks. I know we'll talk about winter a bit, but we are a year-round offering. So we have skating in the winter. We're directly on the Skidoo Trail. So you can actually skidoo almost into your tiny home, which is an amazing opportunity. In Ottawa, Brook Street Hotel, Hammond Hill, the only 2 accommodations that can offer you a skidoo all-in package.
That is awesome. Let's talk about you mentioned cabins, right? Because, people, maybe I'm not a jupe person or a yurt person, and I'd like something more cottagey. Yep. I guess that's what the cabins offer to clients, right? And the tiny homes as well.
Yes, we have two offerings. We have what we call our Pioneer Shacks. So if you think Upper Canada Village and you want to stay in one, that's how we built them. We work with a lot of professors, and we made them very period specific, right down to the furniture. We bought sawmills, made our own furniture. But what we were really excited about is we're actually building tiny homes. And these things are outfitted. They're year-round offerings. They have AC, heat. They have Murphy beds that pop out of the walls, which are cool. They have lofts, full kitchen, full bathroom, decks, the whole kit and caboodle. So the people that want to go camping but really want to glamp, they don't actually want to camp, that's what we're looking to hit with. Tell
me about the response. What has the response been like so far?
Well, the response has been great. As you know, we went through that big storm last year. So we've actually built this park. This is our third time building it. We built this amazing nature park, and then we lost 4,000 trees in the span of 5 minutes.
Gosh.
And so we've been rebuilding ever since. So we are constantly evolving, trying to get better. But we're really proud of what we've done, because there was a time we actually thought about closing down, to be fair.
Really, eh?
Yes, 4,000 trees, a lot of trees to cut.
Yeah, no kidding.
So we're real pleased with where we are now, and because we continue to reinvest in the park. If you come week to week, it is better next week, this week than it was last week, et cetera, et cetera.
What about events, weddings, anniversaries, just thinking of team building, corporate opportunities, that sort of thing?
So the next 3 weeks, we have a 100-person wedding. Each of the next 3 weeks, we do family retreats. Every Saturday, we call it Stars and Guitars. We have people come out. It's live. It's free. People are playing music, and you can see the stars. It's amazing. Sit, have a beer, and listen to live music. What's wrong with that?
And you're right close to the golf course right there, too, right? So, I'm just thinking if people, hey, you want to get a golf weekend together, and there's a spot right beside the golf course. It's perfect.
You can have a tournament. If you want to have a few adult beverages, you have somewhere to stay that's safe. So that just makes a lot of sense, right?
Whereabouts are you located? Give everyone an idea where you're located.
So we're in Hammond, Ontario, which is approximately 20 minutes just east of Orleans, 861 Dugolf Road, immediately adjacent to the Hammond Golf Course. So if you can find that, you can find us.
It's easy to find you for sure. And all the information available on the website. You can book online as well, right? And of course, they can reach out to you to find out more information and availability. Aaron, congratulations. I know you guys have gone through so many challenges, and just so happy to see that you're having such a great response. Again, hammondhill.ca to find out all the information. We'll be back with more right after this.